everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Katy and I am the owner of Simply Katy. I am a small business owner and artist, and on this channel I'd just like to share all of my business tips, art process and a little bit about myself as well. So if you like the sound of that, please subscribe, like this video, comment down below because that really does help me out. So today I just wanted to come on and kind of have more of a sit down video with you guys, have a little bit of an honest chat, and I also asked some Q&A questions on my Instagram that I'll also be answering in this video. But first of all, I kind of just want to get the negative out of the way and then we can move on to the questions because that's more exciting. But over this past couple of weeks, I have felt so negative and sort of like really in my head about content that I've been creating for Instagram. I think Instagram is really changing at the moment and we are really heading to like a video sort of platform where they are trying to compete with TikTok. And initially when I was starting 2022, my plan was that I was kind of not gonna bother with TikTok too much because I didn't really see the benefit for me. But over this past week, I've watched so many videos about advice on content, how to engage with your customers, how to market your brand, and I've come to the terms that I think actually TikTok might be a really good way of meeting new customers, meeting new friends, and also creating sort of a community on there as well. And I get the impression with TikTok you can be a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more silly, and I don't think necessarily when I've looked through TikTok, I don't think the videos are always 100% polished. Whereas I think on Instagram, I think there is more of an expectation. I don't know whether that's because I've got a medium-sized following. Well, I would class it as a medium-sized following, but some people probably wouldn't. It's probably nothing to some people. But yeah, because of that, I think, do I need to make this really polished video work? Which is something I'm not 100% confident with. So yeah, moving forwards, I think I'm going to completely change up my strategy for social media because I just find that it's not working the same as what it used to work, and I've sort of tried to stay doing what I was doing before, but it just doesn't seem to be getting the same results and engagement. I seem to not get hardly anyone see my posts anymore that I make, when this time last year I was getting thousands of views on posts, and now I'm lucky if I get 200 likes on a post, which I'm sure a lot of you are in exactly the same boat as well, and you've seen this decrease. And I kind of want to try and see if I can fix it or work to make it a lot better. I've come to terms with is I am just gonna start trying my best to create a proper content plan, batch make reels, batch make TikToks, and then try and research trends as well. So if you'd like a video on that, I'd love to create one. Maybe within the next month, because that's when I want to start rolling all this out and testing it out and see if it actually works. Because let's be honest, in small businesses, we've just got to test everything out. Not everything is going to work out how we want it to, but it's worth testing. I have also noticed a slight sort of decrease in sort of visits to my store, sales and stuff. I don't know whether this is because of what we're going through at the moment in a society level. I think there's a lot of things that are happening in the news which are quite scary for a lot of people, so I've sort of noticed that decrease, and I was kind of expecting that this year just because last year was probably quite an anomaly for a lot of businesses, and this year we're kind of back into another different atmosphere again, which we're going to have to adapt to. So just wanted to come on and say as well, you know, you're not the only one if you are going through this, and hopefully me sharing this information with you will make you feel a lot better and just realise that we've just got to keep on pushing on and working towards our goals. So I just wanted to get that off my chest basically. I'm so glad I've got you guys that I can share this information with. But anyway, let's get into the fun Q&A questions. I can't wait to answer these. That's another thing. Get a drink as well, or a cup of coffee or tea or water. We don't discriminate here, so yeah. get whatever drink you like. If I'm looking down here, it's because obviously I'm recording this on my phone, and when I watch other YouTubers doing this, they have a camera and then they're looking at the phone. I've had to print the questions out on a sheet. So if I look down here, this is why I'm looking down. How long does a typical illustration of yours take? This can vary so much, normally about 20 hours if you count in absolutely everything. Research, sketch, which I find the most boringest bit. I absolutely hate doing sketches, but I know they are like so beneficial because they completely change your artwork if you've done a sketch, and they give you like a clear vision of what you're aiming for. But I just find it so boring. I just want to move on to the colour. So usually halfway through sketches I get really bored and they get messy, which I should not do, but there you go. We live and we learn. Do you work off reference photos? So the answer to this is yes, I do work off reference photos, but over the past couple of years, I've become a little bit more wary about how I actually use the reference photos and where I'm getting them from, because I did start off 2 years ago getting most of them off Pinterest, and then I sort of realised, hang on, this is not really fair for me to use these people's photos as a reference all the time, and I need to sort of add my own style to the photos. I need to think of ways to add, you know, me into these sketches. So what I've sort of moved on from doing, which I first of all didn't do, was do a sketch. So I'd normally get a reference photo which I've taken myself, or I've purchased off Shutterstock, or I've found on Unsplash. Sometimes I find some on Instagram and I'll message the person whose photo it is to see if they're okay with me using the photo as a reference. Obviously I say, you know, I'm going to completely change a lot of things in it. I'm going to add my own style, so it's not going to end up being the same image, but I want to be really cautious of how I'm using images. I also found a lot of people use the same images off Pinterest, so everyone's work was starting to look a bit too similar, and I wanted to kind of get away from that and sort of protect me and my art. So yeah, always get my photos where I can 100% reference from. So obviously I can say this is from Shutterstock, I purchased a license for this, or I got this on Unsplash, which is a free service, which is really good, and obviously take my own photos as well. Normally what I like to do now is sort of mix photos together, so I'll create like a mood board of the reference photos that I've found. I'll then put them onto a sheet, and then I'll work out how I want a piece to piece together. So yes, simple answer to that is I do use reference photos, which I think is absolutely fine. I think there's this really strange thing where people think that using reference photos is cheating or is not, you know, sort of using your art to the best capability. But if I'm honest, I could sit and do a sketch of the image and spend hours doing that to get to exactly the same point as me using a reference photo to do a sketch over the top that can take me about 2 hours. And I'll still get to the same end. So I think it's always important to have that in mind, that if you use a photo, are you going to get to the same end, or is your work going to look completely different if you don't use it? What is your best advice for people wanting to start art businesses and selling their work? My best advice is to set up an Etsy shop. It's so cheap. It's the most affordable way of setting up an online store. Set up that, put all your listings on there, keep on producing artwork, make so much different styles of work and see what works for your customers. And then once you know what is working, carry on producing that. And the better that you get, I think the more sales that you'll start receiving, because you'll get more confident in your own art style. But my best advice is always to just start. You've got absolutely nothing to lose but a hell of a lot to gain. And yeah, set up an Instagram, set up a TikTok, start making videos, try and get your engagement, try and get your content seen. And once you've done that, you'll definitely be moving on to something a lot better. The pros and cons of going full-time with your business. Okay, so God, where do we start? So just like any other job, this is what I've learned, just like absolutely any other job on this earth, there's going to be some days where you do not want to do it, and that's absolutely okay. And as much as you might see it glamorized on social media, there are definitely some days that you still do not want to do it. But those days are probably really few and far between. They're normally because you're having to do something that you're not particularly confident in or good at. For me, it's accounting. I've grown to love it because I understand it more now, but at the start it was really, really painful for me to even spend half a day doing accounting, but now I actually normally spend a whole day just getting it all done. But yeah, that is one sort of realization that I've had through running a business. There are going to be some days that you don't particularly enjoy, but the outweigh, like the good obviously outweighs the bad, because you can decide what you want to do. You've got to sort of be a very productive person though, and you've got to be sort of quite proactive in giving yourself jobs to do, because if you don't do the jobs then no one else is going to do them. So there is a lot of pressure when it comes to running your own business, and literally I think most people that I've spoken to who own their own business have admitted that you just don't switch off. At Christmas, you're still thinking about your business. Go on holiday, you're still thinking about your business. It's always still in the back of your mind, and that's something that I think is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. You sort of get used to thinking about it, and I can sort of push it to the back of my mind now and try and enjoy, you know, moments of being sociable and stuff. But before that, I didn't think I could do that, if that makes sense. Some of the pros, obviously, you get to plan your whole structure of your day. You get to meet and talk to all your customers and build up a really nice rapport with people. You kind of get to be your own boss and just set out all the goals and tasks that you want to do. And yeah, it is really good. And I think if you're one of those people that have got sort of really good mentality and really good work-life balance, then it works really, really well. What is your best tip for Etsy? My best tip for Etsy is to always stay updated with what's happening on the platform. If there's a new feature being added, if the policies are changing, or if they are adding in, like for example the Star Seller program that they added in 2022, then it's always important to just keep updated with what's going on and what you need to do to sort of make changes in that. Also, I found updating regularly, adding new items regularly really, really helps to boost your profile on Etsy. But obviously this is always changing as well. That's why I say to always keep updated with what's going on. Normally I just like to sort of watch YouTube videos based on Etsy, see if anyone's updated any features or anything, and always keep a track that way. What is your main stream of income? So my main stream of income is Etsy and my website, so selling my items online. Someone else has also asked as well, can I just go through the streams of income that I've got as an artist? So the streams of income I've currently got are Etsy website, that I sell online. I'm also on And So To Shop as well, and not on the high street, which altogether that's where all my online sales come from. And then I've got places where I actually stock my artwork in the stores, so I get paid a sort of either a commission for them selling my work, or they buy my prints off me wholesale, so there's that as well. Then I've also got my Domestika course as well, which I earn revenue from. I do go into more detail about that on my Domestika course, which I'll leave down below if you're interested in purchasing it. It is a really, really good course for anyone who's beginning their small business journey, and I go into a lot more depth about all those things on there. Someone has put, "Hi, I love your work and aesthetic." Thank you so much. I work so hard on trying to get a good aesthetic. Sometimes it doesn't always work, but yeah, I really do try hard on that, so thank you for that. Can you do an end-to-end Procreate tutorial of one of your works? I think I just mentioned that earlier, but yes, I'm going to do one where I sort of go in depth on either a YouTube video, or we'll do both, because I think a YouTube video I'll be able to go more in depth and do some reels or short TikTok videos as well, of showing my work process from absolute start to finish. Someone's put, can you do a home tour? I currently live at my parents, and I don't know if they would appreciate me doing a home tour or a house tour, but me and Scott are planning on buying our own home this year, which hopefully goes ahead. I'm so excited about it. So yeah, when I do that, maybe I'll do a house tour then, or at least we'll have an amazing video where I do a studio makeover and I'll have exactly my own little office, which I am so excited to have, because I think what's the hardest part about running a small business is actually working from your bedroom at home. Sometimes I literally, yeah, I feel like I'm in a prison because I'm locked in this room. Well, not a prison, that's a bit over the top, but I'm literally locked in this room all day, day and night. So it can get a little bit draining mentally. So I cannot wait to have my own office where I can walk into it and enjoy sort of closing the door whenever I've finished working and not going back in there for like 2 days. Any big plans for this year? I don't know if that means like personal or business, so I'll answer both for both. So personally, yeah, we want to buy our own house this year. I really want to go on a city break abroad, because oh my gosh, I've missed going away on holiday so much. I really want to just go away and get some new inspiration and see some new different style of buildings. As much as I absolutely love England and its architecture, kind of want to see something a little bit different, I can't lie. I'm in need of seeing newness, just to stay creative. I think it's been really hard, especially during last year, to stay really creative and be thinking about new ideas when you've not been able to go out. So yeah, a city break somewhere will be amazing. Business wise, I really want to do a trade fair. I know I mentioned that in my last video. Either this year or spring fair next year or top draw. I just really want to give one a go and see what happens. I want to just, yeah, try that avenue and see if I can make it a successful thing I can do every year for the business. Do I have children? No, I don't, not yet. Hopefully one day I would love to have a child, but currently no. And a lot of people that do have kids have kind of scared me when it comes to running small businesses, because yeah, a lot of people have said how hard it is to manage both. But yeah, one day we'll get there. Do I have a Cricut machine? I don't have a Cricut machine, just because I don't know if the sticker sort of thing is for me personally. I know it works for so many businesses, but I just don't really get particularly inspired in creating stickers. Don't know why. I think it's probably because I just don't buy stickers, so I don't really see people or customers wanting them. I mean, maybe they would, but personally I don't buy them, so I don't necessarily want to create them either. And we'll end on this last question: your current favourite TV series? Love this one, thank you so much. So my current favourite TV series, it's a bit random really when you think about it, but any RuPaul, to be honest. RuPaul's Drag Race, it makes me laugh so hard. Above any TV show we watch, I literally cry at RuPaul's Drag Race. I just love the creativity, I love the happiness, I love the positive energy, I love the comedy that it has, and that hour that I sit watching it, I really get engrossed. And I absolutely love RuPaul, and I would love to, yeah, see RuPaul one day. I'll actually show you guys. For Valentine's Day, I got this card, and I swear I got him RuPaul last year, but how cute. Shantae, you stay. I don't know if I got him this exact card last year or something like it, but it is by Cheeky Zebra. Yeah, I thought I'd show you guys. We've got to the end of the questions. I just want to say a massive thank you to anyone that sent any questions over. I really enjoyed answering all of the questions that you had for me. I'll be back next week with a studio vlog, but other than that, I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.